At 11 a.m. this morning, students were gathered outside Eden Grove while Vice-Chancellor Mabizela was conducting a press conference.
Rhodes University condemns rape and sexual violence. One rape is one too many. The university agrees with students on all the issues that they have raised. The one area where we have not been able to find each other with the students is in respect of the action that has to be taken against individuals whose names appear on the hashtag RU reference list. So the disagreement here arises from the fact that there is a view that those students whose names are on the list should be summarily removed from the university. The university is of the view that we must accord all students the right to a fair trial in line with Section 35 of our Constitution. If after being charged and found guilty of having committed rape or sexual assault, perpetrators must be punished to the full extent of the law.
Outside, students made the decision to hold their own press conference after Dr. Mabizela had concluded.
We have established a task team comprising of staff members and students and chaired by Professor Catriona McLeod to look into ways that the university can strengthen its responsiveness to cases of sexual harassment and violence. The academic program of the university will resume on Monday, the 25th of April, and these discussions will continue through the curriculum.
The group filled the Eden Grove Red Lecture Theatre, where protest leadership addressed the audience and answered questions from the press related to the shutdown, the task team, as well as other pertinent concerns.
We cannot merely leave everything to the task team, because the thing is, there was a task team, but there was no visibility, and that's the problem, because we don't know if they're actually handling it. You cannot merely have a task team just to be there. It needs to be doing something. Nothing has been said about the insensitivity that is constantly displayed by this university's prosecutors. The insensitivity is clearly displayed on the projector behind me. This is an email between Sarah Driver, one of the prosecutors, and a student who has laid a charge of sexual assault. We need the university, specifically the law faculty located at Lincoln House, to account for this.
We will shut down until the demands have been met. That means we're going to Monday or we're going to June, so be it.
This whole week. And let's just meet the end goal, man. I'm just a
Catriona McLeod, who is facilitating the creation of the task team, stayed behind after the press conference to address the questions and concerns of those present regarding the aforementioned team.
I am very clear, this is a proposed task team. The people who put the terms of reference, including myself, may or may not be on that task team. We are going to only move as a joint body.
I mean, I think the problem right now is this is perceived as a Mabizela solution to the problem. And I mean, the distrust that students have of management right now is completely unreal.
I think management needs to make a huge act of goodwill towards the students.
Right.
And that act of goodwill, in my view, is to remove the intellect.
Yes. So what we were hoping is that staff members in their different departments themselves need to commit themselves to not continuing with lectures until such a time that all of the demands have been met.
Rather than go to the extreme of not having those spaces, well, we've got scheduled spaces of staff and students together. Why not try and use them more proactively, more constructively to engage in conversations which almost sort of like say, look, this is what's important now.
So finance, the SAN, counselling centre, whatever else administratively can be open, but the academic project cannot continue. That's what we were saying.
I don't think it's as easy as just saying all the staff must agree to that and then all the staff must shut down the academic project because of that.
Later, students gathered outside the main administration building and waited for Dr. Mabizela to respond to their list of demands. Instead, they were addressed by Corrine Knowles and Catriona McLeod, who relayed some of the important information discussed at the earlier meeting.
There was a very useful conversation this afternoon that went on for quite a few hours between staff and students around this idea of the task team.
There's an equal number of staff and students on the committee, and we have, I can tell you their names, it's myself, it's Brahmi Padayachi, and it's Diane Hornby from the staff, and the students are Tabani Masuko, Lelone, thank you, sorry the name went, and Naledi Mashishi, thank you. So our next meeting will be set up by the students. Please do come, it's open for staff and students. We want a space to talk.
DVC Peter Clayton also commented on the topic of the interdict.
The interdict was taken out because the university did not have the mechanisms internally to protect both protesters and those not protesting.
And that is on Tuesday evening. At Pete Retief House, a warden was threatened with being doused in petrol.
They are saying they are protecting protesters. From who? From what?
Nothing in the interdict says you may not speak out, it says you may not protest, you may do that. It is only intended to stop activity that goes beyond the law, that is all.
It looks very clear that our job here is not done. Monday. Back to academic shutdown. Life cannot go on as normal. Cannot happen.
The Vice-Chancellor did not speak to the crowd, but another meeting has been scheduled for 2 p.m. tomorrow. For Activate, this has been Mickey Dorfling.